Good day, everybody. This is Sandri from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pocket. This is one of the pockets that I made for my spring journal, but I'm going to show you how to make this pocket using some packaging. So I bought some face towels a while ago, and they came two in a pack and were wrapped up with a little bow. So I thought that I could use them because they already have the holes in it for me to be able to do the bow. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to do it in my Christmas theme colors in order to be able to use it in my Christmas cheer junk journal. Okay, so let's start. So as I mentioned, you would need as many as you can of this, or I know that this is not easy to find, and the whole idea about the behind this is to show you that we can use packaging for making things or ephemera in our junk journal, and no matter what you get, you can adapt it to what you would like it to look like, or whatever idea that you have. Here we've got the holes that are almost like semicircles, or they have an arch to them or an arc to them. But I think that if you want to achieve anything similar to this technique, then you don't have to make the holes like in a circle here and here. You can make them and you can cut them as straight holes, and you would definitely be able to achieve somewhat of the same result. So the only thing here is that you need to ensure that it will fit into your junk journal, and and then if you want to make your own slits, you can. But as I said, the idea of this tutorial is to show you how we can take a simple packaging tag and repurpose it for our junk journal. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you here is the fact that if you look at this, it's a bit hard to cover, meaning that you're going to have to really be careful how you cover this so that you don't block the holes. Or you can collage on the packaging packaging itself, or I'm going to show you how I managed to decorate or add some color to the to this packaging instead of adding paper to it. Okay, so what I've done first is that I am going to take the two colors that I am going to be using in my junk journal, my Christmas cheer junk journal, and I'm going to add that to it. I'm going to be using distress ink. So I've got a few distress inks here. This is Hickory Smoke by Ranger, the distress ink Hickory Smoke by Ranger, and I've taken this out because this is the color I'd like to use, but it seems to be a little bit dry. I'm waiting for the re-inker on it. So that's Hickory Smoke, and this is distressed ink by Ranger as well in Black Soot. And the other color I'm going to use is Distress Ink Ranger but Aged Mahogany on that one. And then if I feel that I'm not getting enough of a gray, I'd probably use this with the Hickory Smoke, because this is Artistry Ink by Shilpoo. I think it's Shilpoo, and the color is called Moon Crater. So this seems to be a little bit of a juicier pad, so let's see what happens. So there's the Distress Ink by Ranger in Hickory Smoke. I'm just going to add it to my mat on this side. Yes, as you can see, I'm not getting too much of a transfer of the ink here, hence the reason for me bringing so many out, to be able to get a good transfer. Let's see which pad is the juiciest. You can get away this way simply because of the technique that I'm using. You know, whether you use the gray colors or you use the black soot, I think you can get away just simply because of the technique. But yeah, you know, it's important to have a juicy pad for this technique. So I'm just going to add a bit of water. Now this card that I'm going to be using is a bit shiny on this side, but I suppose it's okay, and I've gained success with it before, so I think I'm fine. So I'm just going to press that down. Here, and then I'm going to take my heat gun and I am going to heat it up. Here's the heat resistant mat, and yeah, it's pretty okay. The glass is pretty okay. So the next one I'm going to do, let me wipe that off with a wet wipe, and then I'm going to add the aged mahogany. Now this is a bit more of a juicier pad, as you can see. Water. So this is the technique that I'm talking about, in the sense that you don't have to mess around too much with you know, cutting out papers or collaging it to add color to it. This technique works pretty well. And if you're happy with it in that way, then that's fine, but I'm just going to add a little bit of stenciling to it. Yes, so I wish I could give you the name of the stencil. I bought it here locally from what we term as our China malls. So there's no name on it or anything of the sort, but I'm sure you can get something similar to that. So I'm taking aged mahogany, the aged mahogany, and I'm going to do some stenciling on it. Just picking up some color. It's a pretty dark color, but I like it because it is Christmassy. It doesn't really matter, you know, where you add it. Well, to me, it doesn't really matter too much where I add it. But I want the red to be more of a focal point than the gray. So maybe something here, and something here. Yeah, I think it's looking good. Now I know it looks kind of busy, but in this journal I am stepping it up a notch, simply because it's Christmas and I want to have some more vibrant colors than I normally have. Just cleaning out the stencil. Look how pretty that is as well. When you clean out your stencil, you can use that as well. So once I'm done excuse me, once I'm done with that, I'm going to ink up the edges. So I think I'm going to ink it up with the hickory smoke. Just for a bit of contrast. This is hopefully a quick video. So that's one technique of adding some color to your packaging if you have something that's unusual in terms of packaging. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some more color to it, to the front of it. Just going to add a ticket to it. And maybe on the ticket, what we should do, nope, we're not going to do that. It's going to be an overkill. Going to add that ticket to it. Now these tickets here, they can be found on my Facebook page as a freebie, and the Facebook page is called Sunny Creates Junk Journals. I will link the sorry, I'll put the link below for that. So just decorating it. Doesn't really matter on which side, because the tags are equal, and so is the pattern. I believe that pattern can be used in any direction. Oh, you know what? I should have used my fabric glue, but if you've been watching my videos, you know almost for certain I forget to use it. But in this case, I'm not going to rush to get it. Reason being is that most of this is going to be covered anyway, so I'm quite comfortable not having to use it. Well, I think I'm quite comfortable. Let's see. Okay, let's get the fabric glue quickly. I'm not so comfortable after all, because then I realized that I've got this to add to it, and I really want it to dry clear. This is the, I don't know what you would call this, but it's a piece of gold. Sorry, I didn't clean up my fabric glue. Yeah, so this here, I have no idea what you will call it, but it is comes in a long roll, probably a 1 meter roll. I'm not sure, but it's like a gold sequins material. Yeah, so they do fall off, So you got to be very careful with it. Because they are delicate. So what I did with this here is that I took an old bed sheet from a thrift store. I think it was a Duvet, and I cut it up, and then I just added stamp the word believe. And just adding one of the flower embellishments on it. This here. And if you want, we can add some, maybe to break it up. Let's see how that would look. Green. Oh, I'm not sure whether I like it. I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to see how it looks all together, because I can always add that to it at a later stage, depending. So now that that is done, I cut a piece of ribbon. I'm not great with measurement. This is 30 centimeters, but now that I'm looking at it, it may be small. Let's see. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to thread it through. So I'm threading it through the slits. And both sides. You can get away a little with this ribbon because it's quite thin, so it can be longer than the. Yep, we need a larger ribbon. Let's put that to one side. Maybe 50 centimeters. I'm gonna use 50 centimeters. I'll add what it is in inches down below or somewhere in the video. Was going to cut it at 50. Not sure why I changed my mind, but you know, us making junk journal, that other piece will never go to waste, so it's okay. And even if there's any little pieces from here, that's also not going to go to waste. Because now this seems a bit big or long. Just going to add the ribbon to it. I mean, sorry, the bow. I'm the world's worst bow maker ever. As you can see, I'm all thumbs. Yes. So now I'm going to take my scissor and just cut it out. Sorry if I wasn't in frame. there's that little quick packaging all done up and ready to go into a journal. Just this here, and I think I want to put it on this there. Oh yes, before we put that, if you're going to slip anything into this, it's probably going to catch on that. So all you need to do is you need to take a piece of tape, thick enough. Oops, sorry. Add it to it. So now, as long as you got that end covered and that end covered, I think you are covered. So, so now, even if you do place something through it, it's not going to stick. And then you glue up the 3 sides. And you can decorate this as much as you want or as little as you want. I'm just very guilty of having very fat journals, so I'm trying to get them smaller. So adding it to that. As I mentioned, you don't really see much of the bottom, but that's just to give it, you know, some sort of prettiness. This is not totally dry now, but I'm just going to add these 2 in here for you to see. And remember, I said I'll look and make up my mind whether I want to add the green. With a green tag, would that green work? Yes, then it would work. I think it would work then. Yes, I think so. No, wrong glue. Just breaking up that red a bit with this green, and I think the only reason it might work, or it will work, is because of the green that we have on the other tag there. That's how that looks with some cards in it, or some journaling cards and some tags in it. We can add a little bit more to the tags, but this is just to show you. I haven't embellished any of the tags, but I just wanted to come to you with a quick video to show you that no matter what packaging you have, you can definitely repurpose it to make something in your junk journal. And it doesn't always mean that you have to cover it with paper, but you can add your stenciling, you can add other stuff. If you really want to glamour this up even more than it is, we can probably put some little, what do you call it, pearls or little diamantes or some bling on that as well to pick up that pocket on that. And maybe I will do it, I'm not sure, but for now this is what it looks like. And yeah, I think it's working pretty well. And almost dry. Glue is almost dry as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. And if you have enjoyed, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It is Sunny Creates. And please have a look at the bottom for my Etsy store where I sell digital kits. This one here is actually part of a digital kit that I have designed, but it is quite a massive one, and I'm using only part of the kit in here and here. Yes, kind of what it looks like. Middle page. So I'm going to bring you more of these tags where we do the make our tags and pockets out of just scraps of cardboard, or you know, boxes that you might have, packaging boxes that you might have at home, and that come off your items that you buy. And just show you how I actually use that. I try to recycle as much as possible. As I mentioned, I will have links to my Etsy store down below the video, as well as my Facebook group, which is Sunny Creates Junk Journals, and I'd really appreciate it if you join that as well. I will give out, or I post a few freebies at a time, and if you're a member, you are more than welcome to use those freebies. And all I can say now is thank you for watching. As I mentioned, if you enjoyed this little video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you are aware or alerted every time I post a YouTube video. Happy crafting and stay blessed from Sunny. Thank you. Bye bye.